The film opens in the dusty, sunlit landscapes of Khandwa, a small town in central India. A 5-year-old boy, Saru, lives with his mother Kamla, his elder brother Gudu, and his younger sister Shakila. Their home is simple, a single room with cracked walls and a tin roof, but filled with warmth and laughter. Kamla works as a laborer, lifting stones and carrying loads on her head for little pay. The children help her however they can. Saru and Gudu often sneak into train yards, collecting lumps of coal that fall off freight trains. They trade that coal for milk and food. Even though they are poor, they share what little they have, a smile, a story, or a meal together under the stars. One day, after gathering coal, Saru brings home a bottle of milk and proudly says, "Look, Ma, we have food tonight," proud of her sons. That night, Saru tells Gudu that he wants to come with him for work. Gudu hesitates. "You're too small, Saru." But Saru insists, "I'm strong." Finally, Gudu gives in and agrees to take him along that night. Late at night, the two brothers walk along the dark tracks. The railway lights flicker as they reach Burhanpur station. Saru is tired and sleepy. He keeps asking, "When will we reach?" Gudu gently tells him, "Wait here, little one. I'll check if there's work. You rest. I'll come back soon." Saru sits on a bench, holding his small bag, watching the trains passing by. The rhythmic sound of metal wheels lulls him to sleep. When he wakes, the platform is empty. The air feels strange. He looks around, but Gudu is nowhere. He calls out his brother's name again and again. "Gudu! Gudu!" His voice echoes in the night. He wanders onto a nearby stationary train, thinking his brother might be inside. He sits down inside the empty carriage, his small hands gripping the seat. But moments later, the door slams shut. Suddenly, the train starts moving. Saru panics. He tries to open the doors, bangs the windows, screams for help, but no one hears him. The train doesn't stop. Hours turn into days. Saru sleeps, cries, and shouts for his brother, but the endless tracks stretch on. He passes towns, bridges, and rivers, all blurring past his eyes. After 2 endless days, the train finally stops. Saru steps out, exhausted, hungry, and terrified, into Calcutta, now Kolkata, a city 1,600 kilometers away from home. He doesn't speak Bengali, only Hindi. He shouts for help, saying, "Khandwa, my home is Khandwa." But people around him don't understand. The crowd is overwhelming. Noise, horns, shouting vendors, and chaos. Saru wanders the station aimlessly. That night, he sleeps under a bench. The next morning, he explores the streets, dodging traffic, begging for food. The film shows his silent fear beautifully. The camera follows his tiny figure among hundreds of strangers, showing how invisible. The next morning, he explores the streets, dodging traffic, begging for food. The film shows his silent fear beautifully. The camera follows his tiny figure among hundreds of strangers, showing how invisible and vulnerable he is. Later, a woman named Noor finds Saru. She feeds him, gives him a place to sleep, and says she'll help him find his family. But soon we realize she has sinister intentions. She introduces him to a man who touches him strangely, hinting at child trafficking. Saru senses danger and escapes, running barefoot through alleys until he collapses near a railway station again. Soon after, he's found by a kind man who takes him to the police. They take his photo, put it in the newspaper, and send him to an orphanage run by Mrs. Sood, a kind social worker who helps lost children get adopted. Mrs. Sood tries to find his home, but his information is too vague. He only remembers his mother's name, Kamla, and a mispronounced village name, Ganastale. No records match it. After months, she tells him that an Australian couple wants to adopt him. Saru, confused but hopeful, agrees. The next part of the film shifts tone completely from the chaos of India to the calm, green beauty of Tasmania, Australia. Saru arrives at the airport, clutching a small teddy bear, looking around nervously. He meets his new parents, Sue and John Brierley, played by Nicole Kidman and David Wenham. They greet him warmly, bending down to his level, smiling kindly. Sue holds out her arms and says softly, "Welcome home, Saru." They show him his new room, colorful walls, toys, a soft bed. For the first time, Saru feels safe. Sue teaches him English words. At dinner, he struggles to eat with a fork, and Sue gently helps him. She never forces, only encourages. Time passes. Saru adapts beautifully. But inside, small memories of his mother still flicker. Her face, her voice, her hands. A year later, Sue and John adopt another boy from India, Mantosh. But Mantosh is traumatized and struggles emotionally. He screams, hurts himself, and can't adjust like Saru did. Sue's patience is endless, but the family feels the tension. Years pass. Saru grows into a handsome, intelligent young man, now played by Dev Patel. He studies hotel management in Melbourne, away from home. He meets Lucy, a kind and loving classmate, played by Rooney Mara. They fall in love, and for a while, life seems perfect. But everything changes one evening. At a dinner with Indian friends, they talk about their childhood foods. Someone says, "jalebi." Instantly, Saru freezes. He remembers a flash of his younger self standing before a sweet stall, begging Guru to buy him jalebi. The sound of sizzling oil, the smell, the laughter, it all comes rushing back. That memory reawakens his buried past. He realizes that somewhere, out there, his real family might still be waiting. Saru begins his search quietly. He tells Lucy that he doesn't know the exact name of his hometown, only that it's somewhere near a river, 2 days train ride from Calcutta. He uses Google Earth to look at satellite images, measuring train routes, landscapes, and towns. He stays up all night, scrolling through thousands of images. As weeks turn into months, the search becomes an obsession. He isolates himself from Lucy and his friends. He barely eats or sleeps. Sue, his adoptive mother, notices and comes to visit him. She senses something is wrong. That's when Saru opens up. He tells her he's searching for his birth family. Sue listens quietly, tears in her eyes, and tells him something profound. "We wanted you. We chose you. We didn't have children because there are so many lost ones already." Her love gives Saru the strength to continue his search, not out of guilt, but out of gratitude. After years of searching, one night, Saru zooms into a small area on Google Earth and freezes. A water tower, a curved railway track, a ravine, and a familiar road leading to a small cluster of houses. He zooms in closer. Khandwa. His eyes fill with tears. This is it. He's found his home. Saru travels to India. He stands at the station where he was once lost, now older, stronger, but trembling with emotion. He walks through the narrow lanes of Khandwa, following the images he's memorized. Finally, he meets a woman who recognizes his description. She takes him to a small house. And there, standing at the doorway, is his mother, Kamla. The camera slows. Their eyes meet. She drops the bowl in her hand and rushes toward him. They embrace, both crying uncontrollably. 25 years of waiting, pain, and longing, ending in one moment of pure love. Kamla tells him about that night, how Guru died in an accident while searching for him. She thought both her sons were gone. Saru introduces his mother to a photo of Sue and John, saying, "These are my other parents. They love you too." 2 mothers, one who gave him life and one who gave him love, connected by fate. The film ends with real footage of the real Saru Brierley meeting his biological mother. We learned that his real name was not Saru, it was Sheru, which means lion in Hindi. That's where the film's title comes from, a symbol of strength, courage, and survival. Lion is not just a story about a lost boy, it's a story about identity, love, and destiny. It shows us that no matter how far life takes us, love remembers the way home. A mother's hope can last forever, and a child's longing can cross every boundary.